Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. It's the daily news, and this is a big one. We have a lot of big stuff to cover. First off, I know I did its own standalone video, but the speed tour is staying for now. It's been extended until further notice, so we're going to have speed tour for a little bit longer. That's awesome, very cool. Much better than the alternative. Second, there was an issue. The issue with the Pentagear and Toasty Ghosty loot have now been resolved. Players who lost loot coins or the Pentagear as a result of the issue will have these items reimbursed before the end of the contest. Thank you for your patience, and please accept these items to keep you toasty this weekend. This is a huge compensation package, guys. There's 1,000 pentashards, 300 zombie pentashards, 10 medallions on the prize wall, and 221,000 solo contest points. This is a big deal. You're going to have an opportunity to get an insanely good skill plate this weekend. So if ever you were of the mindset to push feud and make sure you get every possible milestone you can and get as many prize wall medallions as you can, even if you end up one or two short, there's still the blitz with a chance to RNG some. This is a chance to get a really, really strong skill plate on people you have that will benefit. So we'll talk about that. Don't miss your daily claim. So grab that. Also, what a reimbursement. Holy cow. This is kind of insane. It's maybe the best reimbursement I've seen for something. That was, yeah, anyway, it's a big reimbursement. So that's awesome. Okay. So the event itself. Scotty did the breakdown as usual. He also factored in the mail claim for us. So thank you, Scott. Super appreciate it. And let's kind of look at what we got here. Solo points. Tours have 6 million points in it available, right? Tours Sunday Blitz. 650,000 on 10 tickets from the tours. Feud bonus milestones. 520,000 on 8 tickets. So a total of 1.1 million and 70,000, and then every prize wall coin you get is 16,000 less. Obviously, those blitz runs are going to be really important with where you look at both the points and the amount of medallions you're going to have. War score leaderboard up to 4 million. Most of us, we probably won't count too much on that. If you look at the war score right here, top 800 get 101,000 points, but maybe this is the weekend you want to feud a decent amount. But I mean, to be fair, 200 and below only get 210,000, so it's not huge. 100 and below, 355. Now, if you're going to push up into these, the top 50, then it's definitely meaningful, but that's a whole heck of a lot of feud. That's up to you if you want to go there. But anyway, that's the feud war score leaderboard bonus. Portal has 80,000 free claims. CSS is up to 450,000 bonus. And the CSS is right here in the solo contest. Penta, Seth freaking Rollins, they're not easy ones, by the way. Zombie LA, Zombie Punk, Ray Phoenix, Bone Breaker, and Zombie Penta, right? So those are just bonus. Add the ones you have. The mail claim has the 221,000, which we covered. So total free, 7.561 million. Then you add your CSS and you add your war score leaderboard, if any. That assumes all tour points and all blitz tickets, which requires maxing the war score contest, and 7,041,000 without the bonus blitz tickets from the war score event. All right, so let's kind of take a look at the milestone and the war. Let's look at the war score first. All right. So we got 5 million points here, 3 blitz tickets, 4 medallions. Obviously, that's big on both counts. 3 and 2 in the next one. Can't really afford to really miss these. 1 here. Yeah, the final 2 are really big. 2 and 1 here. But every bonus milestone is helpful. 1 ticket here. So get everything you can, but really this is the weekend to max it, right? So what else is, let me double check a couple other milestones in here. So there's a chest with some zombie shards and other shards available, as well as if you get super lucky penta, some tier 6 medals. So I kind of feel in this war score event in general, much needed TP and coin, medals. I like this war score event actually. This tends to be the good one when it's like this. And we have the class wins, which, you know, is what it is, and the era wins. They can be okay sometimes. Hype makes it a little bit harder, but very important this weekend, right? So solo contest. Even if you miss the bonus ones, you can still get to the gold chest, so that's pretty good. Some Bone Breaker, we want these Blitz tickets. We don't know what they're for yet. It kind of says use them in weeks 3, 4, and 5, right? For bonus shards of the characters. So I'm going to assume every Blitz ticket is worth XYZ shards. Who knows how many? And they will be important. We already see at 6.8 milestone, one medallion in the bonus right there. 6.95, another medallion right there. And 699, which you can also get to without the war score, some econ. Now you start factoring in the war score slightly. There's another medallion in Bone Breaker shards here. Bone Breaker here. So it looks like medallions don't pick up again until 7-4, which if you do get all your Blitz tickets and never do everything, you can get to here. There's another 2. And then this will be like low spending or leaderboard. 4 here, 7 here, 10, 6 tier 6 medals, and 14 in this one, and 6, and then finally Penta up all the way up at 11 million. So it looks like the spacing is pretty decent-ish, looking at where you can get free potentially. So prize wall coins, we got the breakdown on the right. We got 0 free in the solo, bonus solo free-ish, 3, 1 each in 6.8, 6, 9, and 7 mil milestones. Blitz is completely RNG. Feud war score, 14, 5 in regular, 9 in bonus. So really, if you miss out on those 9, the mail claim is basically what you'd get when you max war score. You get 10. So anything you can get helps. So free-ish, 18 without maxing the feud war score milestones. That's a lot. 27 if you max the feud war score contest. So if you max feud war score and you don't have any CSS, right, you're going to get 27 medallions, and then you need to RNG your way into 3 for 30. Otherwise, there's 29 at 7.41 milestone. And then you RNG your way into 1 more in the Blitz, or 7.6, 33 medallions, right? And so on and so forth, you can see here. Now, the reason I'm making a big deal about 30 is when you look at this prize wall, one thing jumps out to me right away, and to me it's the most valuable thing on here. People may argue with it, that's fine. You're welcome to. But for 30 prize wall currency, you have the Rainbow Crossfire. 500% whenever you make 4 or more Crossbreak gems. Showboat Becky, right? Cross uses this. Smash uses this. It's probably my favorite one in the game right now. Axe uses it. There's a ton of people it's really, really good on. I enjoy this plate a lot. Mherex, my main account, has 2. I certainly want a 3rd, more than I want, and I have 1 gear for Penta, and I really like Penta more than I want Penta's MP gear, right? So I put really high value on the Crossfire plate in general. So I think it's a great plate. If you can use it on people like Powerhouse Braun and make them relevant. Stephanie Vaquer, it's amazing on. Like I haven't even named even close to all of them people that are relevant with this rainbow one. It's quite good. So that jumps out to me initially right away, right? When I scan through it, that's a big deal. And this is an opportunity for a lot of people that don't normally get a big 500% plate to have that shot, either through RNG or through busting your butt on the war score and having a CSS or 2, right? So if you were on the fence about feuding a lot, this is definitely the weekend to do it, in my opinion. So you got Mercy the Buzzard shards in here. Speaking of Braun Strowman right here, some Jade, right? These are all fine pricing. The Mercy ones and the Braun ones I think are pretty good value. But again, that's looming right there. Let me start at the top. Straps, I would stay away from. Pentagear's pretty cool. I obviously would rather have a plate I can use on a ton of people, but it is MP gear if you have his other gear. If not, it's black gem damage. It's also a very cool looking gear. Axe shards, certainly a lot of people would want those, and they're now within your range. Again, I would take the plate. You're going to get the shards eventually. LA Knight, not crazy about the shard value-ish, but I mean, if it recruits zombie LA, I get it, especially during zombie month. So I do get it, but again, I would rather take the skill plate. Haku's definitely a better fighter, in my opinion. You got Vicaire looming right here with 400. I think a lot of people are going to be sorely tempted by that. Very expensive, but a lot of her shards. Really good price on the Drew shards, in my opinion. Same thing with the Cena shards. A lot of Ray Phoenix shards, kind of expensive, but a lot of them. You know, if you don't get to the 30, that's not bad. EO Sky, decent amount. The Howdy ones certainly got to be tempting. If 250 recruits you Howdy, I think you do it. I would rather have Howdy on my roster than a lot of things as a coach. He's been super impactful for me, so I think it's worth it. These are really good value. Tuso ones, not horrible if it picks him up. Same thing with Sammy. You got Muta here. Muta's seen a resurgence kind of in value with how good he is in the new game mode, right? So Kofi shards here, Penta, if the 1,000 gets you close, they're relatively inexpensive. Really, really like the Michelle McCool value here at 7. My free-to-play is kind of zoning and homing in right here on these Michelle McCool shards, to be honest. That's a really, I noticed that right away. Really good pricing. Live is fairly cheap shards right there if you're close, right? So I think there's enough shards that it's a great shard pool. To be honest, I like this prize wall a lot. There's a lot of options and a lot of choices. So it probably hits something for most of you. The plates, this is a sub plate. It adds 200% damage. It's not amazing on a ton of people, but it's useful potentially on like Jacob Fatu during the new Titan, for example. Sammy, Acro, if you're running him sub build. Cody, it's pretty good on Powerhouse Cody, triple red, zombie Cody. So if you don't have one and you don't get to 30, nothing wrong with picking that up. LA Bite you can get from Showdown, doesn't add a ton, so I think this is overpriced, right? I'd stay away from that. This is the crown jewel of the prize wall to me. Also worth noting, there's the pulls if that's your flavor, if you want to gamble. But if you do not have Santa Hogan 17K, and you just don't because of star fills, 1,000 star fill frags, you can buy up to 5,000. This is your chance to get your Santa Hogan leveled up at 1 token a piece. That jumps out as massive value to anyone who doesn't have 17K Santa Hogan. My free-to-play is like 150 away, which we're on right now. But that also reminds me, we haven't checked the Showdown wall. So I do think this is a really good wall in general. A lot of good shards. You're going to have to kind of be specific to your roster. But like, I love Vicaire. I love Axe. I actually love Haku. I love Haku. Ray is pretty solid. I like him different than most people. Double red, pretty solid there, but great coach. So far he's the most needed coach. LA Knight's a strong coach too, right? Axe ridiculous fighter, by the way. EO I'm not real big on in general, but 300% leech is pretty good. Again, really strong coach. Howdy, crazy coach. Drew is good fighter. Jacqueline's really a good fighter, probably underrated to be honest. She's very good. Muta, good fighter. Abby, solid. Kofi's cool. Interesting coach if you have like Hip Hop Cena. Other than that, not so much right now. McCool's amazing. Penta's really good actually. Did a recent video on him. I like him quite a lot. He can stun you so you're not getting reversed, so doesn't have reversal worries, and he hits super hard. And with the 1,000 shards, I think a lot of people maybe eyeballing Penta. Recommend watching my Penta Superstar video if you don't know what I'm talking about there. So yeah, just a good mix in general. I don't think Rex Regum, right? Devon's good. Mercy, Braun, Jade for the moment. If you don't have Jade, she might help unlock the Becky's moment. The Becky Rhea moment. You guys know the one I'm talking about. So yeah, I think in general, it's quite a good prize wall with a lot of variety in it. Love to see the variety. Curious what you guys think, but you're going to have a bunch of medallions, so don't blow that, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you have the time, go ahead and invest it this weekend. It's going to be worth it. Oh yeah, Showdown Store. Let's check that on the free to play. Because if I get Showboat, I've been none on the last 4 days. Oh, we got it. About to hit a huge milestone on the free to play. Also, Dom's a free claim today, Zombie Dom, by the way. Here we go. 17k Santa Hogan and that +1 MP, one of the most game-changing things you can get in this game. Completely opens up a ton more possibilities simply by having that 1 MP. So if you didn't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star bronze, full stars, gets you to that 17k you need for Santa Hogan. So yeah, mission accomplished there. Like I said, Zombie Dom's free claim, so let's get to the normal partish of the news. I covered that the tours are back. We covered the mail with the very nice reward. So I guess we're on to the weekend tours. I haven't looked at these a ton, the tours themselves, to be honest, because I've been doing the Titan stuff, right? So there's all of these power prep tours. Bunch of chests in like normal, right? And hard, there's solo points. I'm not sure who's going to be required in hard. I think it changes as you go. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it changes as you go because this one's open. But then when you get to hell mode, you need Seth freaking Rollins. And there's gem damage turnbuckles in here. So that's kind of different than normal, right? So it looks like you can unlock a bunch of these gem damage turnbuckles depending on who you have on your roster. So all of the hell modes are going to be required. That was Smash, El Grande. Not sure how people are going to feel about these necessarily. Usos, We the One, that's Tuso. Xavier Woods, New Day. It looks like a lot of recent ones and some zombies mixed in. And I'm not sure. Hard mode looks to be open-ish, but I can't really tell, right? So there may be a few options there. But it looks like there's solo contest points, so I mean, it's an interesting concept. We'll see how that works out, see what people think about it. So that's in the power prep tours. Obviously, you want to do those before feud and get those done. So even though it's not on a timer, it's going to benefit you to do them today before feud starts tomorrow, right? And get those done. Then we just have the regular one. If you have new Zombie Penta, congrats. You not only get 1.5 million solo points, you not only get 10 bonus medallions, but you get Old Penta's second gear along with it, which is really cool. Yeah, and then you get the Fearless Stair Plate. You can use this on him. I don't particularly care for that build. It may have some applications, though, in New Titan build. But that's a really nice prize for having the Zombie Penta already. So if you got him, congrats on your old Penta gear. He is still very good and very relevant, right? So that's those ones. The other ones we have Planet of the Brains. Mix of zombies that a lot of us won't have, but they're there, right? And then as far the other one I'm assuming is probably any zombie on the bottom. Yeah, any zombie. So hopefully by this point you can get through most of them with one of the zombies you have. I'll use Brett and Zombie Black for me, right? Alrighty, let's see what we got on Ghost Stories. See if this one's any easier. Oh, Zombie Dom. Okay, cool. So you can get through a lot of it with Zombie Dom or LA or that, right? And I'm assuming it's any zombie. Otherwise, yep. So pretty straightforward on those. Nothing too crazy there. Yeah. Other than that, do your speed tour. Who hits hardest, right? Go get those that hype currency as much as you can get. And speaking of hype currency, don't forget to be doing your fights daily in Titan Takeover. If it says 0-5, don't fear, hit go. It loads up, you're good to go. Also, going to cover real quick here. I've heard people didn't know you can switch the tier. You see here it says tier 1. If you click tier 2, then you can do tier 2. If it's blue, your faction has KO'd it, right? So you don't need to do it. If you don't fight it, you don't get the KO rewards. But the Titan currency here is not nearly as important as hype currency. Hype currency starts on tier 3. And you get 1500 hype currency if you do 20 million damage, is all on tier 3. So you want to hit tier 3 once, and then you want to try and help your faction down tier 4 and unlock tier 4, because that opens up tier 5. On tier 4, if you do 1.35 billion damage, you get 3000 hype currency. My free-to-play is almost there in most rotations. I usually am getting 2000 here, and then the tier 3 match. So these two are the very important two, right? But if your faction can unlock tier 5 by beating tier 4, then you can farm up to an additional 500,000, 5,000, not 500,000 hype currency. So you can get up to 9,500 daily for doing those attacks. That's why it's so important, right? And that's how you change the tiers. The lock means it's locked. Blue means it's KO'd. And you do get a very small KO bonus. They're actually thinking about reworking that because the KO bonus is very insignificant. 3,000 currency. It really doesn't incentivize you to KO it, to be honest. So yeah, and red means it's in progress, right? And that's its health bar, what's left. You need hype 1 to go on tier 4. Okay, so that's your daily Titan stuff. Let's check out the store. There are some offers in here, for sure. This is a FOMO one with the blitzes for extra tickets. It got me on Mherex last week at $10 with 5 pulls. In the 20 penta shards. It'll get me this week too because I feel like there's enough value here, but I'm just planning on these disappointing me. So, you know, do so at your own risk. You got the, this gives you feud buckles and boss shop currency, the last 2 weeks, right? Feud steps rather, and boss shop currency. If you buy this pack every single week, it's whatever, it's okay. Early bird feud medallion special. This just goes up in price as the week goes on. They're trying to get you to spend early when you maybe don't have to. So try and use the breakdown along with how you'll do to plan accordingly. But if you're going to buy medallions, this is generally one of the better-ish ways on day 1. But I don't advise it because you don't usually know where you're at. You can get 5-star bronze zombie dom free. Or, I'm sorry, yeah, 5-star bronze zombie dom free. Or 6-star silver with 6,000 shards. And 2 pulls for $7. I don't mind this offer. That one's fine. Starter offer, $10 for 4 pulls and shards. That one's okay. And some econ. 7 pulls, $20. Not as good as the $10 one on the 20, right? Those are on 20-hour timers, 24-hour timers, right? So they're whatever. If you think you're going to be close to a milestone, $10 pushes you over and it's worth it to you, okay. Otherwise, I wouldn't stress over those. Better offers on the portal than this 99 one. The 99 flagship gives you some medallions in it, I believe, and 47 pulls instead of 40. So buy it on the portal. Plus, you get your bonus rewards. Always better on the portal. This is straight up an econ one. I don't like these at all. But they are better than the nothing bonus, right? So keep that in mind. Toasty Ghosty feud speed up claim. That's only for members. It's not for lame people like me, unfortunately, and you. That speed up thing is something that really bothers me in feud. I've talked about that before. Make sure you claim your free daily bag. 50 prize wall currency. That's okay. And now we can take a look at the loot and see what I think about the weekend loot. I don't think there's anything else to claim or go over there. So we have the Toasty Ghosty loot. 40 mega pull gets you 5 guaranteed featured, which is going to be for zombie penta. 30 to 600 shards. You're probably going to usually average 50 shards 5 times. You're probably going to typically average about 250 to 300 shards in a mega pull. You don't have good odds of pulling the poster, the full card at all. Moving down to 7 pulls, you get 1 mega rare guaranteed, right? odds 1.84% for a featured. So basically about every 50 to 55 pulls, odds are you'll hit a featured, and odds are it'll be 50 shards or less, right? Most likely. Mega rare's up at 18%, so I mean that's one in just like 6 or so. So yeah, but you get the one guaranteed, so they're okay. Let's see what's in the pool though. Not terrible odds. So Penta, if you get him with gear, Zombie Punk, Zombie LA, Dirty Dom, Zombie Orton, Ray, Bone Breaker. If you still don't have him, it's early access at this point. You'll probably get him if you're the kind of person that's buying like mega pulls. Bunch of the older zombies, pretty diluted. Some not good stuff in there, some really bad stuff in there. So yeah, mega rare. I wouldn't write home about it. I wouldn't deliberately try and pull mega rare here. It's a ton of cards, very diluted. Not really good chance. Rares, bunch of garbage in here. Some semi okay stuff, I guess, in shards. And then commons, pretty rough. Looks not much different than a key pull common until you get to the shards. But again, it's really, really diluted typically, and it's weighted more towards older stuff, so I wouldn't don't bank on hitting these shards. Again, this weekend, basically what you're paying for is early access to Penta. You get Penta, then you get old Penta's gear. You get more prize wall currency. You go after the crossfire plate, shards you want, that kind of thing. That's basically if you decide this is the weekend to spend for you. Typically, I've been pretty clear, zombie, you're better off spending later. This week is a little better just in the sense that if you're a dolphin, like if you're somebody that's like a $20 spender kind of thing, if that gets you to 30 shards to get the crossfire plate, that's I think easily worth $20 spend if you're a dolphin, right? If you're a whale, it's or a bigger dolphin or a whatever you want to call it, splasher where you'll splash sometimes. 20-40 bucks to get that plate, I think is absolutely worth it, but no reason to spend early, really, guys. Unless you somehow magically know you're going to get 0 from the blitz, know where you're going to get on points and decide to buy the offer for 20. Worst case, you're going to get the same offer for like 25 and not have to FOMO it, and you could get it cheaper anyway. Also, on the portal, bonus milestones in the rewards for spending, that can actually get you, let's see if they're putting medallions in there. A bunch of solo points, and at 40 bucks you start getting medallions too. So if you're doing your spending, do it on the portal, right? And let me just double check the big offers real quick on the portal. So the 200 flagship, 94 pulls, 125 penta shards, 300,000 points, and 6 medallions. That's easily the best value, but it's also ridiculously expensive. So use the term value in quotation marks. And then the $100 offer is 47 pulls, 100,000 solo points, 2 penta medallions. Again, value quotation marks. It's expensive. Other than that, there's 8 pulls, 60k for 20 bucks. That one's pretty decent offer. And then the Blitz tickets with 20 penta shards for $9.99. Again, pretty decent offer. The Dom one, decent offer. So if you want to get some offers, those are okay ones that also give you some pulls and some extras, right? So yeah, I don't know. Like always within your means, but if you're a smaller spender and you're wondering about a spot to pick, do the math at the end of the event, see how close you are to getting that plate. And if you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of those 500% plates, they can make a massive difference, right? So this is probably a decent weekend to drop 20 to 40 if it gets you those, not if it gets you nothing, right? Oh, otherwise, as far as trying to straight up pull zombies and awesome loots, again, your screamium is probably going to be better that they typically have at the end of the end of the year, and there'll be double and triple offers, I'm sure. So let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully this is helpful, and remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Have a good weekend too, guys, by the way. Have a good weekend and good luck feuding. Go get those medallions this weekend.